that. So in this kind of debate, let's try to solve that by saying that yes, equitability in companies is a goal we must want to reach. Because if you talk about the Philippines in particular, you see that in terms of, for example, the Kasambahay law, there is that mentality that, you know what, even these people who work, you know, minimal works, will actually be benefited and should actually be given certain kinds of benefits. But more importantly, even before, they were already given certain benefits. But why do we have to enact certain laws? Because we recognize that they are getting left behind and there's a growth disparity. Why do we remove the taxes from the incomes of the basic wage earners? Because precisely, despite the fact that they earn less, they work less, we still want to help them more because we know they're getting left behind. That is the essence of equitability, and that is something that this country and the companies in this would actually want to value. Yes?
The principle of taxation is a form of limitation where highest paid employees pay the highest taxes, where lowest paid employees pay the lowest taxes, or sometimes not even pay taxes, is where disparities being adjusted status quo.
The question is whether in a company that's actually earning a lot, you actually recognize still disparity and actually limit certain gross inequalities. Again, go ahead, pay more taxes. But we're talking about in the company itself. Should other people in the company who are also taxed to an extent pay or receive like very little compared to their to their CEOs? And this comes now the mechanism that we want to defend. That if you limit, for example, the disparity between the highest paid employee and the lowest paid employee, what do you get? You get a sense of community that, you know what, we actually have to help each other out here. You change as we provoked to you, you change the mentality that not because you're CEOs, definitely you are the ones who save these companies. And let's just take, you know, later please, let's just take appliances and certain kinds of other gifts during Christmas to different employees. You change that. You say that, you know what, we're all in this together and we actually benefited and actually contributed in this kind of benefit. So when they talk about, for example, that CEOs work harder and they save the company, you forget CEOs need people to do that. Again, we're not engaging in the debate who contributed more. But if you're the CEO and you recognize that people actually contribute to you, then why are you forgetting about them? So just to solve that question, if they say, you know what, disparity can be acceptable, but what about growth disparity, which the government actually characterized in the debate? They forgot about that. They just said, you know what, sorry, you're not the CEO because you're just receiving something, but sorry again, you're not the CEO, or apparently are the workers in this company. At the end of the day, no please, thank you, no thank you. So at the end of the day, the question is it beneficial to CEOs and employees, to the companies as a whole? If you have CEOs who have the mindset that, you know what, we can't earn too much compared to other employees, they will create more wealth now to make sure that they can fund their own salaries and their employees' salaries. It also creates higher morale in that sense because, again, you tell them that they're all in this together and there's a sense of equitability. No, thank you. But more importantly, if their contention is that you don't want that kind of equitability, then how do you engage our contention that the government actually wants that to happen, that society actually wants equitability? But more importantly, if you now want to say that you want a sense of equitability, then why not support this mechanism? And a last note, the idea of 12%, we're not going to defend the mathematical solution to that. We're just saying as a message, this is the point. We are saying that the companies, the CEOs, should not forget about the ones left behind. Sorry if that's very cheesy, but that's the defense of this kind of proposal. That we are actually promoting a message. And if we want that kind of value to be actually benefited and employed in this kind of mechanism and in a booming economy at that, we want to push for this proposal. And with that, Aquinas would like, we're very much happy to be part of this debate. Thank you.
I thank the government whip and now call on the last speaker of this debate, opposition whip.
The biggest question question in this debate is that why is it that 12 times is more than enough, while on the other hand, 11 times is still enough? What is the justification of limiting the salaries? What is the standard that draws the line between these 12% and 11% or lesser? Are there differences in the harms and values if we draw the line, if we limit the standards? Equality, because equality is what government wants in this debate. If you want equality, then you should equalize the salary as well. But we all know that that would never happen. So we're talking about, because these people have different workloads, because these people are different in terms of nature and essence. But why is it that we're only talking about the extremes? Like for example, if Ato has the highest salary and I have the second highest salary, why is it that Ato should be limited? Well, I should not be limited. I'm the only second to the highest salary, second to the highest paid person being paid in terms of salary. Because assumption coming from the government side is that number one, when you limiting salaries will automatically benefit low-paid workers because the excess would be given to them. But we like to respond to that on the basis of saying that as if excess would not happen in our case, as if benefits like bonuses, gift checks, or any other is not actually happening in status quo. Furthermore, it might not even be beneficial to lowest paid workers. Why? If you limit the salary of the highest paid workers, probably you should also limit the salary of the lowest paid. Because that's how you should defend disparity, which I will explain later. Because we see that the disparity has a value behind. The debate is not about whether CEOs or highest paid employees should get higher or lower amount. The debate is not about whether we have to equalize salaries. The debate is whether or not it is right and acceptable for us to limit the gap of the salaries between the highest and the lowest paid workers. Because at the end of the day, it will still be equal. Differences would still exist. But the burden of the opposition side is to defend the values and principles protected and empowered by the limitation or not limiting gaps. The converse burden of the government side is to defend us that limiting gaps would uplift the lowest paid employee. If yes, how? They also told us that we have to protect the welfare of the lowest paid worker. But we have to tell the Mr. Chair that in status quo, there are already legal mechanisms that would uphold the right of the lowest paid workers and the whole workers in totality or in a universal concept. There are legal mechanisms for these lowest paid workers not to receive salaries which are too low or not to receive incentives at all. There are already legal mechanisms existing in the status quo. We see, Mr. Chair, that they told us that this would be beneficial because access would be given to healthcare workers or whatever. But this is already existing in status quo, right? Workers are provided with benefits and whatsoever. Furthermore, there is still extreme differences. How would you actually resolve that? We see that the value forwarded by the government side, there are only short-term benefits. But if you look at it, Mr. Chair, there are actually long-term effects. There would actually be long-term effects, which will be more detrimental to your short-term benefits. Number one, where do we best justify disparity? Where do we best defend the value of disparity? Because either way, disparity would exist. In the government side, disparity is present. In the opposition side, disparity is also present. But how do we defend the value of that disparity? We have disparity matters here. Disparity, ladies and gentlemen, is actually important regardless if that is very huge or regardless if that is not as huge as what you want it to be. We have to give the value to the differences of workers in terms of their credentials, in terms of their workloads, in terms of their experiences. But lastly, in terms of them being an asset of the company. The more you become an asset, the more you should be incentivized. And the more you become an asset, the more you should receive the greater salary that you have to receive. Because without the CEOs, without the highest paid employees, your company might decline. And if your company declines, we lessen the salaries of the lowest paid employee, right? If the company declines, because our CEO do not anymore want to work with us, we might even lessen the numbers of workers. With this context, how do you empower the low-paid workers? Because we have to admit that CEOs or the highest paid workers give more importance to the success of the company, even if it is viewed as a collective effort. Government told us that the success of a company is a collective effort. We can see to that. But behind this collective effort is the fact that CEOs and other workers contributed more than the janitors and whatsoever. CEO would not, janitor, if you do not want to work for our company anymore, it could be replaced anytime. But if you talk about CEOs, if you do not want to work in a company anymore, it could not be replaced anytime. The stability of a company lies at the very hand of the highest paid workers. They are actually the front line. It is because of this, they deserve to get as high as possible. But second, with this, it's telling Mr. Chair that disparity is justified in this context. Furthermore, we do not see the value of equalizing incentives or limiting gaps of salaries. Because in status quo, where hierarchies are already continuously changing and growing, we would actually want to assess you that disparity in terms of the salary is already acceptable and already a part of the social norm. Before I proceed to my second issue, yes, Aaron.
If the level of disparity is not important, then why does it become an issue to employees and it discourages them when there's a growth disparity between their salaries and their bosses?
I discussed this in my second issue. Why we think the context of this motion on the opposition side is the best way for us to uphold and protect the welfare of the workers. When you talk about protecting and upholding the workers, is this just about the salaries that they receive? When you talk about giving equal welfare or giving equal importance to the welfare of different workers regardless of what class they belong to, is this just about limiting the gaps? Is this just about limiting the salaries or whatever? We tell you, Mr. Chair, that we best protect the welfare of the workers if we give them what they deserve. If CEOs deserve more, because they are a high asset of the company, then so be it. But if the lowest paid workers doesn't deserve more because they are not as unique as CEO, then so be it. We best protect the welfare of the workers if we actually give them what they deserve, if we actually do not limit what we have to give them. Furthermore, we think that the welfare of workers could be abused if we limit the salaries or if we limit the gaps that should exist between the janitor and the CEO. For example, the janitor's responsibility is not actually increasing. Therefore, his salary should also not increase. But if you look at the context of CEO in the globalization, in the growing demands in the business world, we think that the responsibilities are continuously increasing. But with that, Mr. Chair, because the janitor's responsibility is increasing, it is not right for you to increase the incentive in the salary of the CEO. How do you then protect the welfare of this CEO in the premise of the government side? You think, Madam Chair, that there would be inequality and there would be abuse in the welfare of the workers, specifically if you look at the context of the CEOs, specifically because we're talking about extremes, the lowest paid worker and the highest paid workers, because because their responsibilities do not increase equally. We think that that's where we would draw the line, and we think that that's where we would draw and would start the abuse to these workers, specifically in the CEO. We think, Madam Chair, that all the benefits, yes, we see to the benefits, but we think, Madam Chair, that are all short-term. But if we look at it at the global perspective, at the larger perspective, we think that it would be more harmful, and we think that status quo is already acceptable, and with that, I'm proud to end.
I thank the opposition. Please cross the House.